A long time ago, many years back, I think it was just about when I moved into this home, and that was about 17 years ago, 20 years ago, I bought a wood turning lathe. I had so many different things planned for that lathe, but I'm going to rake it out. I think it's about time, don't you think, that I started using it, or even having a look at it to compromise, well, to contemplate in using it. I can't remember how much I paid. I'd need to look back, but I think it was, this is just me guessing, and I'm usually fairly right when I'm guessing, £120 or something I paid for it. And if that was 20 years ago, it must be a way up in price now. And it's heavy, heavy, heavy. I don't know how much pounds it weighs, but it's heavy. I can still remember the day the delivery man delivered it. He wasn't very too happy. Going up the flights, the stairs, he was out of breath. But that's what he's paid for. So, I'm gonna probably start with making some bowls. I think that would be the fairly easiest thing to carve out on these with lathes. And I've sold umpteen bowls on eBay over the years, handcrafted. People who have not even got a lathe, done it with a wood chisel and knives and whatever. Wood knives, wood carving knives. Yeah. There's a lot of skill involved, you know, with making handcrafted wooden ornaments and whatever. Figures. We'll have a look at them later. I'll show you some of these later. I've got a good collection of them. I've sold hundreds over the years, and some that I had wished I'd hanged on to, because they were so valuable and you'll never see them again. But anyway, a business is a business, and you have to make an income. And I always says to myself, and it's always been true, that I will come across others like it, or even better, which I have done. That's another truer saying. And it gives me a fresh batch of new stuff. Yeah. The majority of the handcrafted gifts, ornaments, whatever, that I have come across is either from Africa or India. These people are very good with their hands. They're very, very good at making things. I admire them, their skills. Yeah. That's another thing I've been watching lately on YouTube. Some of those, I love watching them, some of those documentaries on India. You should go on YouTube and have a look at them. Just type in India handmade goods and you'll see what I mean. Everything comes up that they can make. I'm amazed at their intuition to make things that we just automatically go out and buy. I'll give you an example, just an example. You know, a lorry hubcap or the hub of a lorry's wheel. These guys can make. I mean, the lorry comes in. You see it coming into the garage, and the guy says, "I need a new hub on that, or a new spindle or whatever." The guy will look at it. He's not got anything like that in stock. But what he'll do is he'll make a mould of the old one, and he'll make a brand new one out of his hands, handmade. He'll melt the metal, he'll make the mould, and he'll make a new one, just like that. And if you look at the documentaries, they do it by eye and by feel. They take measurements but nowadays you need a computerized program to measure it and give all the dimensions and whatever. These guys, give them a tape measure and that's them, they can do it. I love it. I love that kind of thing. And in India, go on about locomotives now, the trains. I love trains. And that's how I got to watch these as well, because looking up documentaries for trains and whatever. Some places in India still have the old locomotives that we made in Great Britain. And it's the exact same thing. They don't go and buy a new part for somewhere. They just get stuck right in. And if a piece breaks on the locomotive, they do exactly just what I said. They make it by hand, so all those and it's the same with clocks. You see in the Indian stations, the railway stations, they're still using the old Victorian clocks from way back. Same thing again. They just take it to a clockmaker in their local town and he'll fix it. Instead of putting it in the bin and getting a new one, an up-to-date digital one. No, I love it. I love that kind of thing. That's the ultimate recycling. And that's the thing that we should be doing in our countries. I try my best to do it in the home. I'll fix things and whatever. You'll see me doing it. I'm still using the old kettle that I've had in the home when I first moved in. I think it's an old Swan kettle. When the guy comes to do my electrical inspection, he tests it and whatever, and he says, "By God, that's old, but it's working great." I says, "Well, they were made to last way back then. They were made to last." I says, "There's no point in me going out and getting a fancy, clear, see-through kettle with a light in it that lights up fancy coloured lights." I says, "This one is still going strong after 20 years, and when I had it, it must have been probably 15, 20 years as well, if it was bought." This is just the kind of thing I love. The ultimate recycling. There's a tip for you. Never throw nothing out if you don't have to, just to get something new. It helps the environment as well, as you know. Stops the clutter. There's too much stuff in this world. Yeah. Whenever anything breaks or whatever, just have another look at it and see if you can get it fixed, or you can fix it yourself. You'll feel better in the long run, and you'll save money. They can go on something else more worthwhile, more needed, and especially at these times. Yeah, I truly admire the Indians and the Africans and whoever. They don't waste anything. They are the ultimate recyclers.